25 members of the public, they can call a public comment or call a hearing. Does that open before the 30-day period, or is that wait until the 30-day period, then it takes the request? How does that work timeline-wise?
Generally, it is considered when that's open for public comment, people may request that opportunity. We also included that idea of the 15 days when we started saying late January to allow for the likelihood of a public hearing or the likelihood of individuals with subject matter expertise raising points we missed that needed to be adopted in those revisions.
It seems like almost planning for that is a good step, something that we ought to look at within that, I would think, within that first early part of the 30-day period, so that we had the most time and as a commission to incorporate some of those public comments. Just gives us more time to digest them.
I think that's a great point, and I think that's something we ought to just, there's more than 25 people in the room already. We ought to just go in and make sure the public, we just let the public know we're going to have a public a public meeting with them, and make ourselves available to that. So I think that's a very good point.
Is that something we should just go ahead and almost put on the calendar, you think?
Well, we have 25.
A single association of 25 or more members may also make a request that would be sufficient to meet that, and so I would say anticipate a public hearing and perhaps schedule it prior to or announce it with the publication of the draft rules.
Gotcha. I think that would be probably a great idea.
I agree.
Travis, I'll make a quick motion on your idea. I move that we establish that we will have a public hearing. Open the public after
Just say
January 20th.
After January.
After January 29th. We'll do it within the first week. We should do it within, so they have more than 30 days. Like you said, we would have time to get back, have a public meeting. We get our minds changed about something, change our rules. So have the public meeting March 9th, first week of February, or something like that. Unless we get an extension, but
While that, I believe, would be a wise move until we have draft rules that we
Right,
know
that's what I was
are
thinking.
going to be in a position to put forth for public comment on the 23rd or that area.
we'll wait.
If we're making changes, if we're tweaking them, if we're making them as perfect as we can up through February 7th, and this commission has said there's going to be a meeting, public meeting on February 8th, and they come out the morning of February 8th, that would be a disservice to the commission and to the public.
So do not set a date.
I would not recommend that. However, when you are preparing for the public comment, then it can certainly be done concurrently with that. So official publication in the newspaper and online includes notice of a public comment period in person.
Is there a minimum time that we have to give notice of that public hearing?
No, sir. It is part of the Administrative Procedures Act, just that you call for one if you receive 25 individuals who request it. It is, to the extent that it includes all of you, it would be a public meeting under the Freedom of Information Act, and the FOIA's requirements would apply. However, I anticipate that this would involve at least a week's notice, which would comply with FOIA generally.
So you're not going to.
No, I guess the intent is here.
The intent is here,
People here
but
get
we
the
will,
message, and
yes.
we will be happy to meet with the public.
Okay.
Is there, before we get done with this section, is there anything else we need to know that we've got to take into account when we're trying to finalize the actual rules after that public comment, legislative comment period?
The only other point to make in evaluating the public comments is someone may request an explanation of why you accepted or rejected certain recommendations. That's not something that has to be done concurrently, and it may actually be requested up to 30 days after promulgation. And so if there is an idea that you don't find workable, or if there's an idea that you find very good, keep notes on that when you evaluate them as for why they were accepted or rejected, so that the public may be informed of the basis of that decision.
Any other questions?